I was one of those people who was like, ugh, gratitude. Like, there's so much shit happening in the world. Like, there's so many problems, so many people are suffering, and you just want to be on your own gratitude planet. And I admit I am so embarrassed. That gratitude was just something like optional. That's just like one of the facets of self help, of spirituality that I honestly did not gravitate toward. Hello, everybody. My name is Cassandra, and welcome to my temple. I'm 29 years old, and I'm doing these daily-ish confessionals. I have some insight for those people who want to grow and love and live and be happy. I kept on living. I had more experiences. I started looking around. I started to observe the world more, as one does when one gets older. And I realized that all of the sweetest, kindest, most gentle, most loving people were full of gratitude. All of the people who are the best to spend time with have and experience gratitude on a regular basis. And I have to admit, I was ungrateful. Because why? Because I was focusing on the things I didn't have. And there were things that I appreciated, sure, but I did not spend time actually filling myself up with gratitude. When I started doing that, it changed my whole life. And before I get into it any further, I have to say that this lesson did not just, it came from witnessing others. It's not something that I was like, oh, you know what? I should be grateful. No, it came from truly observing and witnessing really great people, really kind, really gentle, really good souls, really sweet souls. And one of them is my man. And I know I'll be talking about him a lot. The thing that attracted me to him at first, like on a deep level, was that he felt full. He was content. And I had never seen that in a man in my life. I have never seen contentment in a man in my life. It was just like, wow, everything's coming together. I have so many things. I'm so blessed. I've never seen that before. He's just content. He doesn't have some deep aching problem with him. He's just over here grateful. Anyway, so I learned this practice from him. I'm over here thinking, oh, he's so lucky. Look at him. He got into all the best schools. And I'm over here and I'm upset because I'm blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, I have all this privilege and I look like this. And I just couldn't see any of it. I remember watching Big Mouth and rolling my eyes at the gratitude frog.
I try to think about all the things I'm grateful for. Makes me feel a little better.
The way it should work, like logically the way it should work, is that the more privilege you have and the more comforts you have in life, the more gratitude you have. But it doesn't work like that. J.K. Rowling, for example, it takes a particularly foul-minded, foul-spirited human being to look upon people minding their own business, living their best lives, and to make a problem out of it. Billionaire, this woman, billionaire, has so much, could absolutely be minding her business. If she had even an inkling of soul left, she would say, you know what? Trans people are just existing and being themselves and being happy and just minding their own business. Maybe I should mind my business. Maybe I should write another book. When you focus on trauma, and your narrative about your trauma and your pain is constant. You're constantly weaving these stories about where you're at in the world, that somebody is oppressing you, somebody is making you less than. It makes it very hard for you to liberate yourself. And I'm not saying that systemic violence doesn't exist, but I'm saying with all of the oppression happening in the world now, you can still free your mind. You don't have to subscribe to the narratives that were given to you. You can do better for yourself. It's through this practice of gratitude, of filling your own cup. J.K. Rowling is a privileged person who cannot see her privilege nor enjoy it, because no person minding their own business, full of gratitude, is targeting people minding their own business. I feel that there are a lot of privileged people out there who don't really know why they might seem annoying or why what they do might be off-putting to other people. And really, I feel 9 times out of 10, it is a lack of awareness of one's privilege. That's it, really. It just takes a willingness to be able to see it and to acknowledge the kind of privilege you have. But a lot of people aren't aware of the privilege they have because they aren't aware of what other people experience. And so it's important to just take stock of your life right now, especially the things that you use every single day. You use your hands every day, you use your feet every day, you use your leg muscles every day, you use your eyes every day, you use your tongue every day to speak, to taste things. It's so much to be grateful for already. Contentment and fullness comes from gratitude. And when your cup is full because you understand all the things that you have and you remind yourself that you have things. I always call myself a having ass bitch because I have things. I have comforts. I have a lot. But what makes me rich is my soul. What makes me rich is in here. The comforts I experience on the outside world, they could be taken away from me. I can be grateful for them in the moment that I have them now, but I cannot be so attached because I don't know if I'm going to have these things for the rest of my life. Something might happen. We live in a state of uncertainty our whole lives. But instead of constantly focusing on that uncertainty, to be in the present moment and to be grateful for what is in your present moment. Listen, everybody has things in their environment that they cannot control. Everybody has things in their life that they cannot control. But it's important to understand what you can control in your environment and what you can control in your life, and to be grateful for the choices that you can make. To be grateful for your ability to make your choices. And it's focusing on that. And again, I'm telling you, I was not the gratitude having person. I honestly rolled my eyes at gratitude because I wanted to focus on all the problems and address all the problems. But I'm telling you, you can address those problems better when you approach them with gratitude, with fullness, with a full cup. I think that's all I have to say for now. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.